Do you have an idea that you've been wanting to do for a really long time, but you just haven't done it yet? If this is you, then definitely keep watching, because I'm gonna be telling you how I went from having an idea, feeling stuck, to doing what I'm doing right now, creating these videos and following my creative calling. Following a creative calling comes down to two really major things. First, your mindset, and the other thing is your environment. When I had this idea to do YouTube, I was sitting on it for a really long time. I had watched other creators and I would think, oh man, that's so cool. They're making YouTube videos, like I really want to do that. But I was just going back and forth for at least a year. I remember going on a retreat. One of the biggest takeaways that I got from that retreat was this exercise where we had to think about something that we really wanted to do. And for me, it was starting a YouTube channel. We had to write down what was blocking us. I remember writing down a couple different reasons why I felt like it wasn't a good fit or why it wouldn't work. One of those reasons was that I felt like I was too young to do YouTube, actually. I look back at it now and I realize it was so silly of me to think that, but I think subconsciously I had that limiting belief about myself. So if you're not familiar with limiting beliefs, they are kind of self-explanatory, but basically it's this unconscious belief that you have that is limiting you from whatever it is you want to do or be. It was not until I wrote it out and then talked about it with someone I was working with during that retreat that I realized you don't have to be any particular age to be a YouTuber. There are children who are YouTubers. Like, you can be any age. There's not an age that's necessarily too old or too young. And so I mention this because a big part of the mindset that comes with following a creative calling is that you really have to get clear about what it is you want to do, and you have to remove all the limiting beliefs that are holding you back from really pursuing it, really taking action. Whatever creative calling you're having right now, like whatever idea that is really sparking your interest, I would really challenge you to write down all these reasons why you think it's not going to work, why you're not a good fit for it, why you're not worthy of it, and see what comes up for you. Maybe you think you're too young, maybe you don't think you have the time, maybe you think you don't have the money. Whatever it is for you, really write down those reasons. Put it all down in a list so you can see them right in front of your eyes, so they're not just in your mind and just becoming the story. Once you have that list, go through those reasons. Really see them for what they are. Try to really think about a reason why that's just not true. For example, if you think you don't have the time, well, there are people who are doing incredible things and they have the same 24 hours in a day that you have. I know this is said a lot, but it is really true. Like, it's all about time management and priorities. And I know it's kind of brutal to hear sometimes, but that's just the honest truth. Like, if we really care about something, we're gonna make the time for it. Every minute we're consciously choosing how to use our time. And ideally we wanna be using our time in alignment with what we really care about. Another big shift that happened with my mindset was that I had to realize that I just needed to get started. I think a lot of people put off their ideas and wait until they're a certain age, or they have to get a certain degree first. For some people that might be the right path, but I generally think that you can just start with where you were at. If you want to make a YouTube channel, then start making YouTube videos. And I know that sounds so simple and it took me a long time to really get to this point, but I'm just gonna give you the shortcut right now. If you just start, if you just take baby steps in the direction of wherever you want to go, you're gonna start to build momentum, and that is powerful. Now let's talk about the other part of following your creative calling. So that's your environment. That means anything around you that influences you in some way. I'm talking about the videos that you watch on YouTube, the podcasts you listen to, the friends that you have, even your family members can be influences on you. So you have to make sure your environment is supporting your creative calling as much as possible. I know sometimes this can be difficult, but I do think there are ways to work around it if you do happen to have some more negative influences in your life right now. Before I started my channel, being around really positive friends, being around positive people helped me so much. And also being friends with people who are out there already following what they're super passionate about, people who are starting their own businesses, people who are out there doing meetups. That is so amazing, and it's so incredible to be around that energy, and that really inspired me to go and do what I'm super passionate about. So if you can, go and find some groups online, if you can eventually go and do it in person, like that would be so great, just to connect with people who are like-minded, who are passionate, who are creative. That's gonna help you so much, because I think community is so important. It's important to also have systems in place that are gonna help support your creative ideas. So for me, I have certain tools that really help me create my videos and help me keep this channel going. So for example, I really love Trello, which really helps me check off what I need to do for my videos, and that really helps me keep organized. It's the less glamorous part of following your creative calling. I think oftentimes when people hear about this, they think, oh yeah, it's gonna be about making art or like being out there and like talking to people about your business. And yes, that's certainly part of the process, but you have to really have systems in place. You have to have tools that are really gonna support you in doing all these great things. If you're not already following your creative calling, I hope this video has motivated you to go and do it. Life is so short and precious, and we really need to spend our time doing the things that we love, the things that we're excited about, the things that we're drawn to. So whatever it is that's in your heart right now, go and do it.